got it. You got it. Plenty of runway.
We just don't ever stop. We're heading back to the airport now. I just finished editing part 1 of this series, and I think the time-lapse cameras caught me falling asleep on the floor last night.
Because you were up till 4 a.m.
Yeah, it was like 3:55 when I was like, all right, 20-minute power nap. And I woke up at 6 a.m. We're heading back to the Homer Airport now. We're gonna get in 2-3 uniform with neighbor Daniel. He's the owner of the airplane, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then, and we're gonna fly out to Cooper's Landing. We're gonna camp, and Daniel's gonna take the airplane back to Homer so he can use it tomorrow. He's gonna leave us there at the campsite. It's gonna be so remote. What are we gonna do?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Probably go to the restaurant next door and have a burger.
So we recorded that mere minutes before Chris got a text from his wife, who already drove up to Cooper Landing, saying that the campsite there was all full, and so were all the surrounding campsites along the river. Apparently, the state doubled the fishing limit of salmon this weekend, and being that it's summer and the Kenai River is the mecca for salmon, our plans were forced to change. Ultimately, they decided to camp at a site not even along the river, but that meant we needed to catch a ride over there. Though it was inefficient to fly to Quartz Creek, given the change of plans, we still decided to make it happen because who doesn't want to fly into the mountains, see some glaciers, fly through canyons, and then drop into a gravel strip? Chris Palmer from the online ground school, YouTube channel, and Instagram account Angle of Attack is going to walk me through this flight. I'm up in the great state of Alaska visiting him for a couple weeks, and he knows this area like the back of his hand, so I couldn't ask for a better guide. Welcome to part 3.
All right, made it to Alaska with 80991. I did put bigger tires on it, and it was an awesome flight. No, I'm just kidding. This is not 80991. But pretty cool, though. It looks identical to it. I can spot this paint scheme from 5 miles away. This airplane looks so good with the big bush tires. I'd guess this is a November model. Same paint scheme as my dad's old 172. Same paint scheme as 80991. Out here on the ramp in Homer, Alaska. I made Chris stop so I could get a shot of this airplane. But we're gonna go down to 2-3 uniform.
Clear!
All right, trims up for takeoff, no flaps. Hold the brakes. Make sure there's nobody behind us. Right mag is clean drop, back to both. Left mag is clean drop, back to both. Carb heat.
For takeoff, flap 0, mixture best power, carb heat off. Pitot heat as required, transponder and ADS-B are good the way they are. Doors and windows, I'm good here.
I'm good here.
Landing light, we can turn that on. That's the last detent here. And everything else is good.
Okay. Free takeoff checklist complete.
And more traffic, 2423 uniform, holding short runway 22 at Alpha. And where's Raven at?
We're still showing about 5 minutes out. We're just about to turn a 13-14 mile final for runway 22.
23 uniform, and you guys are, okay, yeah, you're landing 22. Got it. Homer traffic, 2423 uniform, we're taking runway 4, departure northbound Homer. And Homer radio 23 uniform, if you'll activate that flight plan, please.
Number 23 uniform flight plan activated, and we would appreciate a pilot weather report on any smoke or reduction of visibility that you may see.
23 uniform, affirmative.
And we got plenty of runway, we're just gonna be patient.
Yes, sir.
Takeoff power set. Engine looks okay.
Airspeed's alive. Engine is in the green.
Nose down trim.
Cool, we're getting 100 feet per minute. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. The glaciers have been melting for 10,000 years. and there's such dense ice that it's really hard for them to melt. So even though it does warm up in the summer and it makes them melt a little bit, there's still the added upon that they get during the winter time.
Okay.
So, I mean, a glacier is a year-round ice form, basically, from what I understand. So, you'll have little tiny chunks of ice kind of hidden behind a mountain, just tiny, like on the top of a peak, and even that's considered a glacier if it stays there year-round.
Yeah, the surface snow will melt off the
That's
top
how
of it, and it'll kind of expose, but the ice underneath will stay. It's
That's how you're
actually
seeing those blue colors.
Yeah.
Is that the ice that I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas on top is still snowpack, and it'll start to reveal crevasses throughout the year and deeper fissures and stuff.
But some of these glaciers will actually regenerate themselves, you know, as the snow accumulates, it will pack down, and So,
Okay.
But this is part of the Harding ice field, which goes all the way over to Seward, which is pretty amazing.
That's huge. Yeah.
For uniform, go ahead.
2423 uniform. 4,000 feet, we'd like to get, and 15 north of the Homer VFR, we'd like to get flight following to Juliet Lima Alpha, Quartz Creek.
4255, the Homer altimeter, 29er89er.
29er, 2423 uniform.
I guess when we round this corner, I'll just stick to the right-hand side of the canyon.
Yeah, I think the wind's coming out of the canyon, so it's not going to matter too much.
Which side we're on?
Yeah. We can get into a spiel here in a few minutes to talk about that stuff.
2-3 uniform, squawk VFR frequency change approved, showing no traffic between you and the Quartz Creek Airport.
2-3 uniform, thanks, VFR.
Good day.
Pattern altitude's 1,500 feet, 2,200 feet dirt, 60 feet wide, which is probably even wider than that.
Dirt or gravel?
Dirt. It says good dirt, but it's gravel. 22.9. We'll fill this out because we got two different canyons we can go through. We actually have three. We can go direct and into the airport, which is kind of the boring way. We've got this little canyon on the left here, and the other one I plan on going through is back there. So that's where the Kenai River comes back into Ski-Lac Lake.
Okay.
So one of the leading causes of accidents in Alaska is CFIT, because people get into situations like this or trying to get into an airport and things start to close down on them. I'd say in our area it's less of an issue than it is like on the West Coast, but it's still something that's fairly prevalent. And you're doing the right thing right now where, have you ever heard the water in the stream and the mountains theory on how things move around? So if you stand on the shore of a river and you look at the way the water is moving, you'll see it go over boulders and then dip down the other side, right? And then create this little eddy, and maybe it'll leave an upslope against another rock and create a little swirl. Little pebbles will even do a little bit. A big boulder and some rapids will do even more. It kind of depends on how fast the water's moving and how much of it there is.
Right.
So air is actually a fluid,
Right.
and so the properties move exactly the same way. So if we visualize that same way in the mountains, we know where the wind is coming from, then we can visualize where it's spilling down, where we could get better performance, where it could push us down and hurt us. Basically, you just want to plan your updrafts and downdrafts.
Right. Yeah, we'll just be kind of careful coming around the corner here, just in case the wind decides to do something crazy.
Sure. It's surprising how much it actually smoothed out, though, when we came back here.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And then you want to fly down one part of the valley, one side of the valley like you're doing.
So you can have room to turn around.
Yeah, you just kind of have to think ahead on stuff.
Gotcha.
That one is very blue.
It is, isn't it? You want me to just kind of go like halfway over the lake and turn?
Well, you can turn whenever you want. If you want something for footage, then do it.
Yeah, we'll keep going this way
Okay.
then turn.
Sounds good.
And we'll just keep an eye on what's going on behind us.
Yeah, nice clear path behind us there, so I'll keep watching that.
Yeah, if nothing else, you gotta have yourself an out, right?
Yep.
Don't ever get yourself boxed in, and we know it's crystal clear that way.
Exactly.
So we want to, before we go, too far into the canyon, we want to make sure that we leave ourselves an out. Yeah, the wind feels pretty good right here. We're gonna hug one side of the mountains, leave ourselves room to turn.
And that's always what I do. I don't ever overcommit.
Right.
So if I got here and it started getting crazy bumpy, and I'm like, this doesn't feel good, I'll just come back out.
Bar Lake traffic, Cessna 21403 is 3 miles to the east.
Another glacier.
And 4,000.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Bar.
Wonder if people are going to get sick of footage of glaciers.
The
Wow.
mouth of the Tourniquet Arm in sight right now. Radio was a little broke up there a little bit.
Man, that is incredible.
I don't know if you want to get anything over my shoulder.
No,
Okay.
I'm busy.
I could switch out quick. I'd be fine with it.
I'm good.
Ooh,
I'm enjoying
I
it.
like that.
Going that way?
What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah,
Up through the canyon there?
I think we can do it.
Yep.
I would say we need to dip a little bit of altitude though.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, let's stick to the left side.
Yeah, so let's go down to 3.
Wow, look at these waterfalls over here. Getting into class golf territory, this is why it exists.
That's right.
Jeez, look at that shot. Just never ends, man.
Yeah, dang. It's great.
Cool light right there.
Those GoPros are running, right?
They are.
Alright.
We're definitely class golf right now. One statute, clear clouds.
That's right.
That's why it exists.
Yeah,
Look at it moving up.
that's awesome.
That is crazy. Absolutely beautiful. We are close to the side of this mountain here, but that's what you gotta do.
Yep.
So if anything happens, we have room to kind of, even right now it's tight.
Yep, exactly. This is a pretty tight fit.
I mean, we could make it. We'd have to whip it around pretty,
That's the point, is
Tight,
you could actually
but-
get it in a steep turn and get it around.
yeah. And I can actually tighten it up on this side a little bit. So right now we're on the windward side. If the wind is indeed going that way, which according to the smoke from the fire, it is,
Okay,
then this would be the windward side.
I always get that confused. I just think of it as
Well,
upslope and downslope.
Yeah, this is upslope.
Yeah,
this
we're
side.
feeling it now, didn't you just get some extra performance?
Yeah.
And the water below us is totally calm.
Yeah, I think the wind is more so just kind of getting jumbled up high here. It's not not doing
yeah.
anything
Yeah,
down low.
because of those ridges there.
Right, and these ridges are too close together.
See, so when you get in an area like this, where you have different canyons, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can get a
swirl.
mixing bowl, yep. It'll just rock your world right here.
Be ready for the wind to do some goofy stuff here.
Yep, I tightened my seatbelt so I don't hit the ceiling.
Yeah, I'll tighten my lap belt here.
So there's the Kenai River. That's where that pretty blue water comes from.
Yeah, I actually descended a little bit.
Distance. And,
So,
5,000.
you want to go to that side?
Yep. Quartz Creek traffic, Skyhawk 2423 in a form. Currently 3,000 feet, and we are over the Russian River and inbound landing Quartz Creek. See, all this is pretty clear. It was just that little misty, rainy cloud that we saw.
Yeah, it's kind of lowered the ceiling a little bit
But
too.
you never know. You never know what's on the other side, and so that's where CFIT comes into play, because what if you get all tight in there and then you can't see?
Right.
Okay, so the airport is straight ahead, but it's down in some trees, and so you can't see it yet.
So once we get over the top, we'll check out the windsock, and then from there determine what we want to do. Is that what you're planning?
And in this airport, I hardly stick to any sort of traffic pattern plan.
No,
Because it all depends on the wind
Yeah.
and where it's pushing me. Because we're right next to this mountain, in between that mountain. So it can get a little wild.
Right.
Gosh, look at this river. Just gorgeous.
Oh, we're getting some pretty goofy wind. I think because we're about level with the top of this ridge right here. I would
Yeah.
imagine that's
A bunch of little things shooting
Freaking
through.
out.
But this is always kind of a mixing bowl in here.
yeah.
My guess, we'll see if I'm right. My guess is that windsock is going to be dead.
Probably.
Nearly dead. Because it's on that side of the trees and the wind's blowing this way. Did you see the windsock yet?
I haven't.
I
Well,
see it on this side. Just
Just underneath the nose.
keep your heading. Yeah, it's slightly favoring actually this runway 4.
So you want to go this way?
Yep. And we'll kind of set up for a right base. So this is going to be odd because you're going to have a crosswind all the way down until you're about to land.
And then it's going to go away.
The trees are going to blanket out.
We have an airport kind of like that
Cool.
in central Texas. It's up on top of a hill, but it's surrounded by lakes, so the wind gets really gnarly around there, and it comes up and over the hill, but as soon as you descend below the tree line, it's just dead. That's what I was going to go this way and then just kind of turn over the water.
Yep.
And hug the ridge, or the side. Alright, I'm going to start reducing some power. Just let me know when you think it would be a good time to turn.
Yeah, I think right now actually.
Okay.
And just be careful with that wing. That wind can grab it. Like it just barely did as I
Yeah.
said it. So now our speed's going to pick up a ton. Landing lights on. I'm going to enrich in your mixture.
Thanks. Dude, this is beautiful. I'm gonna just kind of track this power line right here.
Yeah, start to slow down a little bit. Get in your first notch of flaps.
Okay.
Especially that tailwind, this is all going
Yeah.
to happen really fast. And my suggestion if we go around is that we do a turn to the right to go into the wind.
Okay.
And it's a little flatter on this side too. Alright, so carpet, gas, undercarriage mixture. It's good. Prop, seatbelts, switches. Quartz Creek traffic, Skyhawk 2423 uniform. Base to final, runway 4, Quartz Creek.
Start slowing it down a little more here. Yeah, man, that wind, look at that.
You got it, you got it.
Full flaps, you think?
Yeah, probably. And then just drop it in. Power idle.
Yeah, I'm an idle.
Plenty of runway.
All right. I was too fast there on final.
Yep.
That I really overshot the final because I was heavily underestimating that wind.
Yeah, that's pretty strong. That's why I told you to slow down.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. That was great. I mean, this is a pretty forgiving runway. And actually the wind is almost coming down the runway here, which makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
It's tricky though, because
That was tricky.
you're getting winds changing constantly, so that's what gets people in trouble. Quartz Creek, 2-3 uniform on the runway. We're back taxi. And Daniel, that'll be good for you for takeoff too. You can just buzz right out of here. Get your heart rate up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's pretty, yeah, it's challenging.
I was right there on short final. I was thinking about a go around, just because I was high and fast.
Yeah,
It was hard to control the speed there. It was gusting and the needle was bouncing all over the place. I was getting down below 80 and then it bounced back up to 90 and it was just kind of playing with it.
Ugh.
It's 9 p.m.
Is it? Oh
It
my
is.
gosh, man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So crazy because it feels like it's 4. Anyways, I'm past the whole daylight for everything.
Talking about it.
That was a gnarly approach. Crazy flight. That was all 100% new to me. I've done a little bit of mountain flying, but nothing like that.
But that close, or you're in a canyon, and you really have to think about the winds. You're not just flying really high above them.
Yeah.
That's where you got to think about it and visualize it.
And I was too fast. I was way too fast. I should have listened to you a little earlier. You were kind of like hinting at, we should slow down. And I just wasn't. I guess I was just afraid of a wind shear, stall kind of thing.
But if anything, it's actually better to carry a little bit of extra speed.
Yeah.
Because then if you lose something, so I was totally fine with the way you approached it. It's not like you were going 90, like you were going 80. And that's totally fine over the trees.
And it kind of bounced up as we were coming over because it was gusty. And I overshot the final, but
I think I would have done the exact same thing for the exact same reason. So
yeah,
it was good. It's all good.
That's so amazing. Awesome. So now we're going to camp.
Like I said, this flight, approach, and landing was unlike anything I've ever done before. Flying in the mountains presents a whole new set of challenges that often don't cross the mind of a flatland pilot like myself. Daniel needs to use the airplane tomorrow, so he's actually dropping us off here at Quartz Creek and he's taking the airplane back to Homer solo. Chris and I stood on the side of the highway and attempted to hitchhike, which is apparently common in Alaska. After half an hour of rejection, we gave up and called one of our people at the campsite to make the 40-minute drive over to come get us. Meanwhile, Chris and I went into the restaurant next to the runway and we ate chicken and fries while we waited for our ride. In part 4, we start the day with a 5-mile hike to Russian River Falls and back. Meanwhile, Daniel is dropping 2-3 uniform back off at Quartz Creek and he's going camping nearby with his family, so Chris and I can come back to the airplane and take it back to Homer. The departure out of Quartz Creek didn't go as well as we had hoped, and it was due to my improper technique on the takeoff roll, which will actually lead us into part 5. If you liked this video, then smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't. I release videos once a week, so turn on that notification bell if you want to be notified when the next one is released. If you'd like to support this channel, you can head over to aviation101.com/store and shop merch and gear there. Also, don't forget to go follow Chris on Instagram and subscribe to him on his YouTube channel at Angle of Attack. He produces some great stuff around Alaska. Until next time, I want you to stay happy, stay healthy, stay current, and stay proficient. We'll see you in part 4 where Chris and I depart Quartz Creek. Fly safe.